Alright, back again, Luke here, and today I want to show you something that I've been working on for the last 4 days now, 3 or 4 days at least. That is this arcade board. This is an MK1, or Mortal Kombat arcade PCB, and this thing was in such rough condition. I've been scrubbing it and trying to resolder all the points and trying to get it to work. This thing was in the worst shape I've ever seen an arcade board in, and I haven't been able to get it fully working yet. I was going to get it working so I could show Big Bad Daddy, because I know he loves the Mortal Kombat, but this is the soundboard here. This board still has some issues somewhere in it, but I kid you not, I've gone around almost every single point on this soundboard and reflowed the solder. It was so beat up and so bad that this board was actually covered in dirt, rust, and oxidization. I mean, it was just totally green, brown. You couldn't believe it if you saw it. And so was the bottom board here, the main board. What I did is I ripped out all of the ROMs that were in it, and when I first plugged it in, it didn't do anything. It just sat there. Scrubbed it down, took all the ROMs out. I took some pictures of the ROMs before I took them out so I knew which order they went back in, and took some tile cleaner and some mold remover, and I took it into the sink and I just scrubbed it as much as I could to get it back to this condition. And I had to file down each one of the ROM chips because they were green and rusted, and the sockets were all rotten, and finally got the board to work, but the soundboard's not working, sadly. But here's some pictures of what this thing used to look like. If you look at the picture closely, you can see that there's brown, and I mean, it just looks like it's just covered in dirt. That's because it was. It was really, really bad. Here's another picture of it, showing how bad it was. Just, I mean, horrible. I've never seen an arcade board like this. I was gonna give up on it and just rip the ROMs out of it and, try and get another board for it, but I stuck with it and at least got the picture to work. This is what it looked like after I cleaned it up a little bit, but as you can still see in the bottom there, some of the different solder points are dull. It's kind of a blurry photo. This is what it looked like when I cleaned it up. Scrubbed up the whole thing so it was all nice and pretty. And this crystal here, this is actually broken, and I replaced it with another crystal, but it was a shorter one. Same number and everything, but still didn't change anything. As you can see, there's some grime and some rust there in this picture. More rust you can see along on the different capacitors and resistors. More parts of the board. This isn't in order, but yeah, this cap over here was rotten, just really covered in grime all the way through. The ROM chips look like, they've been sitting outside just rotting, like this one especially. This is number 1, and luckily they work, which is, it just blows my mind, because when I saw this board I was like just in shock how this thing could be neglected and beat up so bad. But, yeah, so, that's
back again.
That's my video. My beer can's over here. Just to show you how far I've gotten on this beast, let's take this thing into this jungle of a room. And let's plug it in. It was missing wires. I wired up a volume control here for it, just so you could adjust the volume, but still nothing's working on it, so I don't know. Let's turn this thing around here, and let's put this down for just a second. You can see the dirty floor here. Alright, we'll fire this beast on. You can hear the static in the background, but when it goes through all the settings here, it was not doing this when I first plugged it in. Like I said, it was just a blank screen. But as for right now, it goes through all the ROM checks, and it says all the ROMs are green, so there's no problems with the ROMs on here, which is a good thing. But I might have to get a separate soundboard here for this. This is revision 5 board, so I could skip through this, I just realized that. But as you can see, it does come up. The board itself is fine. It's just the lack of sound here, which, you know, like I said, 4 days of going over hundreds of individual solder points, trying to reflow solder over something that's just grime, you know, and rust, and no matter what you do, all you do is just create clumps of solder on top of nothing, and they just fall off. So I had to sand and file and use all sorts of stuff just to get it to stick, and the smell was just unbearable, you know. But yeah, I was gonna put this up here for Big Bad Daddy, but the sound wasn't working on it. But I found a way to rectify that problem, luckily, and not going to do much of it in this video, but let's put this back down here. And it's always good to have a contingency plan, I believe. Like always in life, you gotta have a plan B. So here is plan B. You're probably thinking to yourself, wow, that looks kind of like this one right here that you were just showing, only it's got a blue wire on it. Wonder what this could be. Skip out of this. Yeah, that's it. Come on! Here's plan B. So, Big Bad Daddy, I'm gonna make you a video here pretty soon. Maybe in the next couple of days, but here's a little taste for everybody else who's a big fan. I love contingency plans. But I'm sure this brings back some memories for a lot of people, so. Alright. Well, that's about all for this video here. Just wanted to show you what I was playing with and how bad it was, and my plan B. But like always, I'll put up another video here soon, so thanks for watching.